I'm ready now.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
And what can we expect?
Surprises!
Engineered by Jay Timko and produced by Eric Beatty. And without further delay, it's showtime! Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
All right, turn up headphones and check. Welcome to the Trayvon Martin Show. Now, welcome to the Detroit Cast. Thursday. Look, listen, Mike. Listen, Jay. I am Mike. That is Jay. Big E is in the house. Timko is in the house. The whole show is together. And it sucks because, A, I can't hear shit.
Just gotta turn them up, man.
I know.
It goes right through the hoodie.
It does. My hoodie's thicker than yours, I think.
Oh, yeah, that must be it.
It's a higher quality.
Maybe, perhaps. That's the Tigers.
Yeah,
I'm theme dressing a little bit, so is Big E. Yeah, this sucks. We're in the bottom of the eighth of the Tiger game as we record now. We thought we tried to get as late as we could, but it's like, okay, we got to start the damn show. And God damn it! Why do you put a hit and run on with Kinsler on first when you got Cabrera in the on-deck circle with less than 2 outs? Why?
So they're thinking if they can get Kinsler to third,
Ugh.
Cabrera hit a long fly ball and get him in.
Yeah, maybe. But a long fly ball there, a pop fly there is gone.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, a lot to get to. The new Viagra spots premiered, at least the first I've seen, featuring women driving the ship. Yeah, and there's some interesting stuff there, but I saw them during the earlier part of the Tiger game, so maybe we'll touch on what's going on with that and some subtle differences. Also, we've got Kim Jong-un news. Sperm Bank. Yeah, you don't usually hear about the Sperm Bank making mistakes.
Only when they go awry do you really think about the Sperm Bank.
I know. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's like offensive linemen on a football team. You only hear about them when they fuck up.
You're right.
Don Sterling's back in the news a bit. Lawrence, post haste, please. Juice, please. We'll get to him in a bit. Was there something about a toik or something? Was there? Did we?
Yeah. Jeez, I think 1 or 2 people forwarded that to us.
1 or 2 million. If that amount of people just pledged like $1 to our Kickstarter, we'd be way further ahead than we are.
If I had a penny for every time someone forwarded a threesome story,
which is a dynamite
which is
story.
nice. Thank you for forwarding shit.
Yes.
We don't mean to discourage email and shit, but
no.
It's just funny. That was probably the biggest influx of
email
single
ever.
Story. Yeah,
Single
story for sure. That's the biggest one we got.
Speaking of email, we should probably mention our new emails are up and active. So if you want to send porn just to Big E, you can do that now. Is it
Like
Eric?
some Spock porn.
Eric at DetroitCast.com, Timko at DetroitCast.com, Walters at DetroitCast.com, Jay at DetroitCast.com.
Jay.
Jay, yeah. As opposed to Jai, like most people think
Or
it is.
J.
Or just J, yeah, the letter. But yeah, it's weird. Your name your name is actually Jay. It's not Jason.
Correct.
Yeah. Which is an interesting twist.
Yeah, everybody kind of tries to steal it, They try to shorten it to J.
There's other people in the room, you mean?
There's a lot of fake J's out there. Let's just put it that way.
You're a real Jay.
I am.
Jai, I mean Ben Affleck. Also, email at DetroitCast.com if you wanted to just generally email the show. So, with that, we should probably get to the day's news since we've only got a couple days left on the planet anyway, since Ebola is going to kill us all. So
we're done.
Yeah, we're starting to get more details about this whole Ebola.
How my man brought it here?
Yeah. And there's some people that are not happy about it. And it sounds like a clusterfuck, as you would expect.
Well, it just shows it takes one little lie to get past this big security, this big, force field we have at the borders.
Yeah. And the force field is a good word because that's exactly what it is. As if someone coming to America doesn't have to just
little white lie.
Fib a little bit. Let's see, you could be in Monrovia for the rest of your life, surrounded by Ebola, or you can say, I haven't even seen anyone with Ebola. No, I feel fine right now. And board a plane to America.
Just check the box.
Check the box. That's it. That's they give you they shoot what looks like like a gun for checking speeds that cops would use.
Yeah.
They just like point it at your head, and like that, it gives you a reading of your temperature.
Okay.
So they're just going up to cars. They're just like,
Awesome.
and they're just shooting them, and it's like, okay, 98.6, 98.7. Unless you're over 100.3 or something, they're just like, carry on. And then you have a questionnaire to fill out. And the question 3, I think, is the one where he lied, which was, have you had any direct contact with bodily fluids or bodies or anything with Ebola? And he said, no, I haven't. They said, okay, carry on. Had he said, yes, I did, they would have taken him to screening number 2.
But still, I wonder if they would have got him. You know what I mean?
I know.
I wonder what would have happened at screening number 2.
Well, at screening number 2, they would have asked more questions.
Well, he would have been clued in, though. Like, ooh, now I better lie.
Yeah, right.
Oh, shit.
That
answer about Ebola? Ooh,
No,
that's
that was
touchy, huh?
That was beyond 21 days ago, though.
Yeah.
Did I mention that? It was at least 22 days ago and shit. When in reality, what this guy did was cared for a woman with Ebola who died, and then he helped transport the body to a grave. Days, and I mean days before he boarded that plane. And then went, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never met anyone with Ebola.
What a dick.
Yeah. But he's
a dick.
He's got every incentive in the world to lie. He's going to America, where you can get Z-Maps. Everybody
Selfish prick.
Totally. And brought Ebola here. And this family he went to see, this is like weird. He's not married to this girl, but he's like with this girl, like fiance maybe or something like that. So he probably didn't fuck her when he got home, right?
No.
He did. Well, he felt good for 3 or 4 days before he started getting achy. He probably didn't bang her, I don't know, 8,000 times. And as you've said, Jay, since the dick doesn't sweat, thank God, because he probably didn't finish either. So at least no bodily fluid.
Why would he? He'd
Exchanged.
be perfectly satisfied not finishing, right, Mike?
Well, I'm just saying it can happen, especially if he was doing it like 4 or 5 times a day, and then he runs low on fluids.
Dude, I love it. That's how he's twisted this thing into. I get so much that I don't even need to the 5th time.
And for one,
I'm just saying, I don't need to hurt people.
That's bullshit. He's right. Because this bullshit, that wasn't the story. The story wasn't, I've had sex so much that sometimes it doesn't matter.
Hey, you read it the way you read it, I read it the way I read it.
The story read it, which was...
Mike has slowly turned the table on this.
No, he's turned it...
And it's been... No, go ahead. It's been a slow process, but he's changed the narrative on this.
Right, well, he's just using an excuse now.
I didn't want to be a braggart. I'm not a braggart type guy, but when you get 4 or 5 times a day, sometimes you run a little shy on fluids. That's all I was saying. That's my only point.
Not what you were
That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying.
God damn it! That's not what the survey said, though. The survey said what girls...
You don't always have to finish to have fun. And I said, I agree. After 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day.
No, you did not say that. You did not say that. You never brought it up. Never brought that up.
You don't finish. I still enjoyed the time.
Never brought up the multiples.
You brought up whiskey. Yes. You didn't bring up multiples. You said, sometimes we have whiskey. The article wasn't.
I wasn't talking about myself. I'm not selfish. I wasn't focusing on me. I was focusing on other people. Sometimes folks have whiskey day.
I'm impressed, Mike, because I'm sure you have a rock star.
I know, exactly.
Amazing.
It's awesome. I just got a text from Beth that says I love you. Nice timing.
Probably heard you talking about her.
Is she listening to the YouTube?
When did I talk about her?
Her ears were burning. Her vagine was burning.
She was burning.
Thinking about those 4 or 5 times a night, right, Mike?
Gross.
Every night of the week. I mean, it is what it is. But going back to this asshole with Ebola, yeah, his family now is coming out, and this is the best part of this story. They quarantined the family and the 5 kids or whatever he had contact with and all that bullshit.
Do we know what that's about? The 5 kids? Is he a t-ball coach or what?
No,
really.
I think they're family members or friends of the family and stuff that were at the house. So they've quarantined them. They haven't even tested them for Ebola because they think they're set. It's such low risk. And by the way, we're going to talk to 2 people today about this.
2 experts.
We're going to talk to Dr. Roche and goddammit, son!
The Deuced Man.
Yeah, we're going to get the Deuced Man on because he's...
Recall 2 months ago when I brought this up to him, and I only texted with him, but I was like, dude, why is this not going to kill us all? And he was like, oh, you son of a bitch, you're falling into the media trap, blah, blah, blah. He went on and on and on. So we'll see.
He hates the media.
Yeah, we'll see if he's still as confident. And he's probably about 5 beers in now, so
is he?
Should be a good talk.
and I got to ask him when we're going to get some comment from his old man.
Mhm.
I told him to record his old man. Damn it for me.
Roll tape, dude.
Yeah, come on, man. What's going on? 5-3 now?
Yeah, sorry.
Shit. This game's over.
Now it's over.
So this family, they've got them staying in the house, and they've told them, don't leave your house for 21 days. Don't leave. And it's a shithole, of course.
And what did they do in response to that, Mike?
They decided they're going to do their own thing. And so now there's been a court order that you can't leave the house under prosecution threats.
What a bunch of assholes this group of people are.
Yeah. Selfish. They've power washed the building. But what they haven't done until today, finally. Now, this goes back 6 days ago when this guy was sick. He
Okay.
went to the hospital on the 26th
Yeah.
and then was sent home. The 27th, he starts vomiting all over the house. And they finally put him in the hospital on the 28th. By the way, this as much of a shithead as he is, he did tell a nurse there, hey, I came from West Africa.
Really?
Yes. And
she responded by doing what?
oh, okay, cool. Good for you. Walked out of the room, didn't tell the doctor. Now, it'll be interesting to ask Dr. Roche because I have a feeling Dr. Roche is going to say that is not the nurse's job to figure that out. The doctor has to be
Yeah.
asking questions and figure that out.
But as a fellow member of society, the nurse might want to speak up.
Yeah.
I want to have
yeah.
a clue.
Yeah. Especially with it's on TV every day, all over the world. It's the biggest threat right now besides ISIS. And so yeah, for her not to say anything and for him to say that,
It's the perfect storm of fuck-ups, isn't it?
it always is though.
Yeah.
Isn't it? But
I guess
that's
it
what we
doesn't-
said though.
It doesn't even have to be. There just needs to be one, and this thing
Mhm.
comes in. That's what was so scary about it, and that was what was so imminent about it.
Incredible, isn't it? His family is going, why can't you get ZMAP? Sorry, dude. They ran out of ZMAP a while ago, my man, and you're not getting ZMAP. You're going to have to tough this one out. The other thing is, not only did he lie in his screening and all that, they're talking about prosecuting him for that.
Good.
Yeah, the airport security chief in Monrovia, where he left from, said he lied on this questionnaire. When he gets back here, he will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, he's not getting back there.
That's what I was thinking. Like, is he really going to go back there? Why would he? He returned in that ambulance a couple days later. He remains in an isolation unit. Regretfully, the information was not fully communicated throughout the full team. What's worse yet, though, is that family in that tiny apartment, the sheets this dude was on when he's just sweating his balls off and puking are still on the bed.
Oh my God!
The
Bunch of
towels...
skank asses.
The towels they use to like pat him down and clean him up are still in the apartment. 6 days later.
Huh.
Days. No. I'm gonna go to my happy place. I'm not gonna scream. I'm not gonna scream.
Let's talk
I'm
to our
gonna
experts.
lose my shit. Yeah, Dr. Roche. And ask him.
Maybe they'll calm us down.
I doubt it. Ebola.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, delay in Ebola cleanup as workers balk at the task. The workers don't even want to clean this shit up.
Yeah, like hospital workers and stuff. Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
The airline.
Like,
Yep.
I just burned that building down. I'm serious.
I know.
Dr. Roche.
Speaking.
Hey, it's Mike and Jay from the Detroit Cast. How are you, sir?
Good. How you guys doing?
Great.
Good. Seeing as it's our last couple days on the planet Earth.
Yeah, you're right. It's the discussion everywhere.
What do you think? Is this something that we should be more afraid of than they're letting on?
Well, I don't know why it's so difficult just to say we're not going to allow people in this country unless we know that they are or haven't been infected in the last 21 days exposed to Ebola.
Totally,
Yeah.
doctor. Shut that down. I don't get it.
Yeah, why does it have to have lawmakers discussing it? It doesn't need to be a law. It can be an edict from the president that says no one enters the United States borders. It's a deadly virus. We have no cure for it. They aren't even sure how it's, spread from person to person. The incubation period is 21 days before symptoms even appear.
Yeah. Yep.
And,
Well, I can understand the economic impact of shutting down, certain areas of travel, obviously to Asia and Europe and things like that. But freaking West Africa, shut that shit down.
Close it.
Clearly, one person from West Africa on a plane could lead to who knows how many across the world.
Yeah.
You know, it's unbelievable how it can be transmitted that fast. And it's just not as difficult as they say. Even if the plane can't be totally cleaned or cleansed, take it out of commission.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
the
they did
virus will die in a short period.
Yeah, it can't be as difficult to get as they say because they have doctors getting it, and these doctors are decked out with ski goggles and all that stuff, you know?
They got the hazmat suits.
Yeah.
On. No question. It's a deadly virus with no vaccine. It doesn't even need discussion. It's just immediately closure. CDC should have protocols for this, and I'm sure they do.
But
it should be implemented.
This guy, though, Dr. Roche, lied. That guy in Dallas that has it, he lied.
Exactly.
He lied on the form, and I almost feel like, what is better for him, to live in Monrovia or come to the United States of America? Of course he's gonna fucking lie.
Well,
of course he is.
We're relying on a form to protect us. I mean, to the doctor's
Well,
point, shut that shit down. Don't let anybody out.
And humans
Yeah,
lie.
how is he better than a terrorist? You know?
Yeah.
Great.
You could infect a couple of terrorists with Ebola and just send them to the country. They want to prosecute that guy now. Did you hear?
Yeah,
because
I did.
of his lying.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's not back there.
That would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. If he makes it back. Did you also see that the house he was in, they still have the sheets on the bed, the pillowcases on the pillows, the towels that they were using to wipe him down where he's puking all over the house. Still in the house with the family. They're acting like we're not even going to test the family because it's probably a long shot that they would have gotten Ebola from this guy. What?
It's almost mind-boggling.
It doesn't make any sense.
You know, it's rapidly spread. It's right now one of the deadliest viruses we know of, and we have no cure. Like I said, no vaccine. Period. That shouldn't require much more thought.
So
don't let them in the country.
So why are we seeing the guys from the coming on, and is it just they don't want to send panic throughout the streets of America? Is that what they're doing, trying to downplay this as much as they are?
Yeah, you can almost tell when you hear these guys that have jobs at the CDC. They're so calm and cool, and they have they don't have any of the answers.
Really?
You know, they don't. I keep hearing them say, "Oh, it's spread." You know, but no, it's spread during the incubation period as well.
That's what I kept saying. We kept saying that. How could it not be?
It is. You know, they could be kissing people. It doesn't matter if they're throwing up or sneezing. You know, there's any kind of touch or contact. It's not through aerosol yet, but it probably will become that way. But right now, there's plenty of ways it can be spread, and I think you can do it long before they're obviously sick.
Yeah, that's what we would think. Just like the flu.
You wouldn't want to go on one of those planes if you knew a whole plane load of people from Zaire just got off there, or Congo. You know, just for river rafting in the Ebola River.
So how do we explain the slow reaction or the failed reaction by our country in particular? We weren't ignorant to the risk. Was it just economic greed? We didn't want to upset borders and transfers of people? What do you think?
You know, economics came into it. Number one, they've cut the budget so many times because we haven't had anything like this that we're probably not really prepared for it. But, you know, I'm sure a lot of levels of economics.
Wow.
Yeah, and maybe just overestimation of
it's like the guy getting in the White House. You know, he got through 5 levels of security before anybody even knew he was there.
Yeah, we talked about that one at length. That's troubling as well.
I don't beat that one up anymore, but
Thank God.
It's incredible.
Thank God they fired that idiot that was running the Secret Service.
Yeah, you called that right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're blaming it on budget cuts, but how can that be? You like the front door of your house, and I like the front door of my house. Don't I like the front door of the White House?
You would think. And how a guy can get 1 foot over the fence without being shot with a bullet in the forehead is beyond me. Utterly beyond me.
I don't know if you've been there recently, but it's scary to stand outside there and just look in. You can see people all over, reaching around, and hear dogs. But
people on the roof.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
So where do
Ebola, it's a scary one, you know.
Where do we go from here? What do you think the move is? Do you think they'll actually do that at some point, Dr. Roche?
I think they have to. You know, we need to forget about, you know, categorizing people by ethnic groups, whatever. just shut it down for right now until they have an absolute, if there would ever become an absolute way of determining quarantine. Just like the old times, we knew what to do. When someone had, smallpox or something, they quarantine it immediately, and that was it.
Doctor, do we
We need
take
to quarantine the U.S.
Yep.
do we take the nuclear option off the table? I mean, we could always just blow them to smithereens, right? The whole western part of Africa.
Yeah. They were just talking about that, nuclear option for exploding an incoming meteorite.
Oh, okay.
There's not going to be as many nukes in the future because they keep destroying them, so they're thinking about maybe saving a few, but it might be an option,
I like the way you think, Doctor.
It's just, it's obviously way out of the,
Sure, the
code of helping
mainstream
people
thought.
at this point, you're going to die, if you even probably get anywhere near one of these people. Look at all the healthcare people they're trying to help, and they're obviously getting sick. Some are dying.
And they know what's going on, and they're bleaching their hands and with chlorine and all that stuff. They're doing everything they can, and they're still getting infected.
Right, can't do any more.
To act like some guy coughs in his hand, touches a rail, and that virus will sit there for days.
Yeah.
Just waiting for some kid to walk up, wipe it, and rub his eyes, and boom, you're off and running. That kid goes to school and infects half the school.
Damn, dude.
One person. Yeah. I mean, that just seems obvious to me. Kid gets the flu, you keep him home from school because he's going to infect a bunch of people.
It's infuriating. The first person died in '76, and we still haven't got any kind of handle on it yet. That's scary.
That's
with
very
all the
scary.
research, we're getting to the point where we're starting to cure cancer.
Yeah.
We can't even get to this virus.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
Well, it's a tough one, and I think we need to make some black and white decisions until we do know what's going on. We won't regret that.
Well, if people don't have Ebola and they wanted to come see you, Dr. Roche, and I don't know, get some titties before the end of the world comes, should we just send them to your site?
Of course.
Dr. Roche, drroche.com.
Of course, come on in for all the specials. At least keep you happy in case you get it too.
Can't take the money with you, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Hey,
you guys, I'm enjoying the podcast. The very entertaining.
Oh,
great!
Good.
Thank you.
That's very good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
And lastly, I had one more question for you. We were talking last week about we were talking to you about doing some oddball surgeries, and would you do those? And you were saying
3 breasts,
3 titties, and you were like, I don't think I want my name on that.
Exactly. And the next morning, she admitted that she was trying to get a reality show.
Yep.
Yeah, she was full of shit. Well,
I just had another podcast, and I had an interview coming up with some people that were going to get her on the air.
Really?
It played out its course pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah, it sure did.
Like I said, it'd be a tough surgery to even do, and I couldn't imagine anybody would be foolish enough to do it as a physician.
Yeah, well, that brings me to my question. We were doing a story yesterday about this guy who had a bunch of horns on his head. He had like 6 horns on his head and 666 tattoo, and he was up on murder charges, and he told the jury he'd see him in hell at the end of his trial when they convicted him. And
really they were these implants that were just shoved under his forehead skin. But they created bumps sort of.
Yeah, like horns.
Right.
But if you Google that shit, there's all types of people.
There's millions of them. There's tons of them. Have you ever seen anything like that, or had people come to you and as a plastic surgeon and say, hey, will you do this to me, and would you?
I hate to tell you, but we had a woman that one time here in the office, I'll show you, that came in and she went the vampire route, and she had the teeth.
Oh.
She had the
ears,
the vampire, the ears, some other things on her face, and she's so hideous looking. And she said, "I'd like to have breast implants." And she was serious, So she was so eerie, scary looking. She looked like a vampire, a real one.
Did you do them?
Yeah. Sorry. No.
Oh,
no, we suggested maybe she get her teeth corrected first.
Really?
No, we gave her an extremely high price and didn't hear from her again. But you never know.
Wow.
But those are out there. But I can't imagine too many people are doing those surgeries with any kind of credentials or experience.
So with somebody like that, you're concerned about kind of their psychological state.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
definitely.
you're like, more kind of changing of the body, not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love.
But I did think went out along the same route. Some gal come in and she wanted her tongue split.
Oh, not a good
God,
look.
those creep me out.
Yes.
There's some vampire or zombie thing to that, and then she did have a some off the wall piercing place that was going to do it. So I was trying to weigh the option: should I do it right for her so that she actually reverse it if she had to, as opposed to let her go someplace and basically just get
Butchered.
barbaric surgery and possibly have all kinds of horrible end results that you can't even fix.
Yeah. What did you do?
Well, fortunately, she never came back. I didn't have to do anything, but it did make me think a little more than just get out of here.
Yeah.
They basically just take some type of device and just pull it through your tongue.
Jesus.
That's the only 3-layer muscle we have in our body, and they're slitting it with some kind of who knows what kind of device while you're awake.
While you're awake?
Yeah, they can't put people to sleep there.
Wow.
Yeah.
God
So
damn.
they're out there, and every day you almost have to come up with new extreme ethical thoughts that you got to play out in your mind.
Yeah.
Hey,
They're
Doctor,
out there, no question.
I'm looking at your site, and I'm really enjoying all this animation with these gorgeous titties on your site.
Yeah, we got a new site coming because of all this social media stuff, and it's going to be, I guess, really amazing with the animation stuff.
Yeah, this is
That's
really
what we're
cool.
watching.
We're
Yeah, a
watching it
lot of
right now.
animation.
Yeah, well, it tells people about it without scaring them to death. They don't
Yeah.
want to see blood and guts, but in a educational way, they can learn about the procedures quite nicely.
But guys, even guys like us who aren't ever going to get implants love looking at titties, and we can see
learn
some.
all about it.
Yeah.
But it's out there.
Yeah, check it out for yourself. drroche.com, drroche.com.
Glad to see him, and fall's the time to get all the specials for the holidays.
That's right. Some new titties for Christmas. I love it.
Look great in those Christmas sweaters,
That's
ladies.
right. Dr. Roche, thank you so much for the time, man. We
But we got,
really appreciate it.
we're coming out of pumpkin season. We're going into Jingle Balls. We got you covered.
Yes, we do. drroche.com. Thank you, Dr. Roche.
Thanks, Doctor.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Okay, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye now. Coming out of pumpkin season.
Awesome.
Those are nice titties on the site. I love it.
I love watching them grow.
Turn your gourds into pumpkins.
Yeah, right. Look at those. God, the people he must see on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That come
Splitting
through.
of the tongue.
Oh. And what a tough, what a weird spot for him to be in. Like, I don't want to do this surgery, but I know if I don't,
She's
they're
going
going
to a back alley somewhere.
Yes, and she's going to get it done because you can tell she's up for whatever. And so he's got to weigh that, like, okay, do I do it right, or do I let her go get butchered? That's, wow, that's terrible.
Dude, I just like when you talk about Ebola or whatever things, and Jay just explodes out. Like, my God! Like,
It pisses me off,
But it's just funny
It really, because
Jay-
the whole time I'm imagining that computer model that you just see it. Just, we're done, man.
No, I know, but it's like whatever Mike says, you treat it as if it's like literally a governmental employee telling you about it, and you're just like you're not even
It's gospel.
right. Like you're just
What Mike says is gospel. I believe Mike. I trust Mike.
That's right. That's right, Jay.
That's right, Mike.
5 people are infected with Ebola every hour in Sierra Leone. Take that, huh?
And that could happen here. It's here, man.
I love how they act like, oh, it's so hard to get. We don't even need to test these people. It's so hard to get. Yet they're quarantining them under law. The people that just drove the ambulance with that dude in the back, that ambulance is out of commission. It's quarantine. Those drivers are in quarantine. If it's so hard to get, if I literally have to come in your mouth or shoot blood in your face for you to get it, then why do we need to quarantine these people? And they're not making any sense.
Dude, this was so irresponsibly handled.
Yes.
You know? And now they're going to go to our graves with that story.
Yeah.
It's like
They don't want to panic people.
It was an economic issue. It was.
That's infuriating.
They should have absolutely closed those borders to Africa. And I get it. They're flying to the Netherlands and then or Brussels and then they're flying to Dulles or whatever. Well, guess what? You're closing the border around Liberia. You're boxing them in.
Yeah.
You're not getting out. You got to do it.
You know what's going to be infuriating about this is we're going to call, God damn it, son,
Well, this
Derek
will be
here.
interesting.
And Derek's going to go, you fucking pussies, relax. It's no big deal. I swear to you,
This
we know
will be
this.
interesting. Because frankly, I thought Dr. Roche would trim us back a bit.
Yeah,
He's right there with us on the ledge.
he is. And he's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
Doctor, I'll get you for this, doctors.
All right.
Lens, yeah. God damn it, son. Is this his first appearance on the Detroit Cast?
Yeah,
I think it is. Oh, yeah, it's your number. He's going, I can't answer, boys.
How you doing,
damn
Deuce?
Deuce.
What's going on, boys?
How you doing, pal?
It'd be better if the Tigers weren't getting their butts whooped.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's getting ugly, isn't it?
Oh, it's ugly. Bugs, you called it 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, I told you it was over. One run game.
I apologize, Bugs.
It's all right, man.
Hey,
We're kind of on the ledge here, Deuce. You know, obviously the media has been filling our heads with the Ebola shit, and we just talked to another doctor who's right there with us. Irresponsibly handled by the CDC, and should have been better warning, should have been better preparation, this and that. So tell us why.
CDC is supposed to be better prepared in Africa. Let me hear. What is this doctor?
All right.
Is this Dr. Doolittle? Let me hear this.
Just go ahead and give us your
We
opinion.
didn't put taxpayers' dollars into Africa. What's wrong with us?
Why are we all not going to die from this? Well, let's back up, Deuce. Tell us your credentials first.
yeah, credential yourself.
You're not just our buddy. You're not just our
friends
drinking
of
buddy.
you guys.
Yeah, but more than that.
Undergraduate degree in microbiology from the University of Michigan. Doctorate degree from Wayne State School of Medicine in Immunology Microbiology. Postdoctoral fellowship at the Scripps Research Institute of Infectious Disease. I don't know.
God, on and on and on. What a braggart.
12 first
How
author
big's your dick,
publications in peer-reviewed journals.
Yeah, I went to this. One of our listeners has Crohn's disease, Dust, and she is a immunology PhD student at the Wayne State School of Medicine, and she's heard us talk. She's gorgeous too. Her name's Lisa.
She's fake.
Jay thought she was fake, but she went and Eric and I went to her a benefit that was being held for her, and I was talking to her. She looked up all your shit because she heard us talking about you. So she was papers and.
Deuce, is it possible that there's a good-looking chick in your department?
You know what? That's the whole time, Mike, you've been talking, I haven't heard a thing. I was like, wait a minute, there's a good-looking woman in that school?
She's in your old lab, dude. But she loved the fact that you did. So
I can hear it in the voice, by the way.
yeah. So tell us why we're not going to die from this fucking disease.
All right. So where should we start? Okay. Well, we'll start with the disease itself, right? It's a virus.
No
right?
No cure for a virus ever.
No cure, only a vaccine.
Uh-huh.
It is a hemorrhagic virus, which means you bleed to death, and it's a really high mortality rate, like 90%. But you have to come in contact directly. It's an RNA virus, okay? I won't go into details if you don't want me to. I will if you want me to. But RNA viruses are really fragile to environmental exposure. So the minute they're outside of the host, the second they're outside of a host, the virus particles die.
Are you sure?
Nah.
Are
They
you
don't
sure?
really die because viruses aren't really living things, right? They're intracellular ovocytes. That's the definition of a virus. So they're not
this
really
guy knows what
alive.
he's talking
And
about.
once
Damn
they're
it.
exposed to these conditions, they're no longer infectious. We'll put it that way.
Are you sure about that, Deuce? Because that's a huge issue. Because the cough then goes to the railing. That's what we're talking about. Like all you need is one cough. It's
On a
then on
rail.
the back of the seat of the plane. Person gets up, touches the back of the seat,
And-
touches their face.
And while it can lose some potency, it's possible for that virus to live on that rail for days.
Isn't it, Deuce?
Not days, seconds.
No, I've heard days.
Seconds.
Now,
Nope,
sunlight
wrong.
cleaning supplies can
Nope.
kill it.
Nope. The minute the guy threw up,
I know
what you
more
guys
than
are talking about. The guy that threw up on his sidewalk before he went. Within half a minute, those particles are dead. You actually have to have contact with fluid from an infected individual. I'm going to put this in perspective, Bugsy. We'll make you feel comfortable. You guys comfortable? You familiar with rabies, right?
Yeah. I love rabies.
Rabies has a 92% mortality rate. It is more deadly than Ebola, okay? More deadly than Ebola. So why aren't we shutting the whole country down? Because rabies is everywhere.
We should shut the country down for rabies, God damn it! Danik, you're scaring me!
Well, I have a plan, dude.
Rabies. We all walk around and go, oh, look at the little cute rocket raccoon.
No, those
Nobody
aren't
freaks
cute.
out.
Don't get Jay started. Don't get Jay started on the rat with a bushy tail.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just to put it in a little bit of perspective. And we were talking about this earlier, right? Probability, right? Getting into a car is more dangerous than a fear of Ebola. You're more likely to get killed from another human being than any other animal on the planet. Period. Sharks are at the bottom of the list.
I know that. I hate sharks. I agree.
Dude, I hate
Bottom of
them.
the
I
list.
hate them.
I know you had that in your notes, didn't you?
Yeah.
You were going to bring that up, weren't you?
He is seriously scared of sharks. Derek, you and I love sharks.
My wife is scared of sharks, and she lives in Michigan, for God's sake.
So does Jay.
So do I. For the
Derek,
record.
you surfed in San Diego for what? 5 years? Did you ever even see a shark?
You only see them all over the place, but they're little nurse sharks, and you grab them by the tail, pull them out of the water, and smack the guy next to you surfing. They're scavengers. Yeah. I mean, there were how many? 22 shark attacks last year? There were 22 attacks by human beings in Detroit last week?
Last week.
Yeah, probably.
I was going to say.
Probably. They just got tired of reporting it.
Back to Ebola. So this
Back to Ebola.
This doesn't.
So Ebola is a really fragile entity. You have to come in direct contact. You probably have a better chance of dying from food in America than you do from Ebola.
He's got me sold.
He does?
I'm bumming bugs out. I know.
Well, here's the
bumming-
thing.
you're
Here's the
bumming me out,
thing.
too.
How do you explain the spread of this? As vastly as it has over in West Africa. Why won't that happen here? Tell us that.
For the same reason why there still isn't running water in Africa. It's really bad infrastructure.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah,
I mean, the minute there's an outbreak in this country, they're on it. We have contingency plans. We have really good infrastructure, right? We have a lot of resources that can mitigate the disaster. But when you're talking about a region of the world that's probably been in constant war for how many decades? They have poor nutrition.
Well, and their culture too is
and here's the other thing, Bugs. They're not diagnosing Ebola. It is really expensive and time-consuming to diagnose a virus. So let's put it this way. You have a cough, you have a fever, you have a headache. What do you have for a disease? Could be anything,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
There's only so many symptoms. And when you look at the literature, you will realize that Ebola, Marburg virus, and yellow fever all have the same symptoms.
So
And
does the
once
flu.
somebody is infected with one pathogen, it's really a crapshoot what killed them. So you may get Ebola, and if you got treatment in time or you weren't exposed to other things, you'd be okay. But maybe everybody else is walking around with some other sickness. You catch that actually kills you, but they put you down as dying from Ebola. So a lot of it's epidemiology. They're not spending the time, resources, and money, nor should they, on categorizing, well, what really killed this person? Are they really infected?
Nerd.
They just see the symptoms and they make the assumption, well, it's Ebola, move on.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. Look, listen. God damn it. When was the last time you saw your dad? How's he doing?
I saw my dad today, as a matter of fact.
Did you roll
God damn it.
tape? Did you roll tape?
tape for me?
I dropped some firewood off for him. You guys will love this shit, right? He's like, oh, just pull the car around back on the yard near the wood pile. And I looked at him, I go, 20 years ago, You grounded me for driving on the yard. Now I'm supposed to drive on the yard? I don't feel like moving the fucking wood. Just put it back there.
God damn it! Derek, pull the trucker
Your
off.
man's going soft.
Yeah, he is. Put some hair on your balls, goddammit. Have a beer.
He's going soft.
Where's the recording, though?
Yeah, have you recorded him yet? Remember I was telling you we need some recordings of your old man saying, God damn it!
You know what? I'd love to tell you that I had time to sit around and listen to him fix the world, but I promise you, I'll have some free time and I will record that stuff.
Please. I need him going, Margaret, she's a good woman. She's a good woman.
God damn it!
The time, brother.
You boys,
Thanks,
you have
man.
fun. Good talking with you.
Take care. dude.
Always. See you, buddy.
See ya.
God damn it! Derek's
All right,
Derek's
all right.
losing his mind.
So well, I'm off the ledge a little bit. I mean, he's an expert in that shit.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, he really is. That's what he studied. His dissertation was in multiple sclerosis, but all those viruses and shit's really up his field. But he's not one to. Derek's never been one to jump off the edge with the media.
Sure,
He
huh.
fucking hates the media as much as we do, but even more so. So he's certainly not going to hit the panic button. I tend to agree with Greg Roche.
I
I
know.
think, shut the borders, because I don't know and it scares me. Shut
Agreed.
the borders.
Let's just be sure. Shut
Yeah.
the damn border, and then
Yeah.
let's, let it run its course.
Just real quick, when I said I agreed with him, I agree with shutting down the borders. Everything he said to me, it sounded he's smart. I'm not saying Greg Roche isn't smart.
He
but
used a lot of big words, didn't he?
Yeah.
I assume when people use big words, they're right.
I love nothing. You're too for.
I'm just
You're
kidding.
too for.
I'm
Eric.
just kidding.
No, I love nothing more than sitting down. I could talk to Derek for hours, and I do sometimes. It's a ball. He knows so much about a lot of stuff. But
Yeah, we both lived with him at various times.
oh yeah, for sure. Yep, I lived with God damn it for a while. when
So
I
you
was
didn't live with
younger.
Derek apart from?
No, I
them?
did. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, I did. But even in high school, I lived with Margaret. God damn it.
Damn it, Mike.
And Marcel.
Damn it.
And Derek. God damn it.
Have a beard, Mike. Have
This
a beard.
is my son. Mike is my son. He is not so good. He's not so good. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. This whole Ebola thing. It seems like they're just talking out of both sides of their mouths. 1 minute it's like, not to worry about. Nah, we got a handle on all this shit. And the next,
Then
they
they're in
wanna-
fucking ski goggles and hazmat suits.
What's with the ski goggles then? If there's nothing to worry about, if I literally have to come in your face for you to get
Right.
it, what's with
Yeah.
the why do we have to bleach each other and
Right.
wear all this shit and
And
duct tape our hands?
If it dies after 3 seconds of being airborne, then
yeah, where's the issue?
Yeah.
What's with the?
Go ahead and
what's
cough. I'll just stand back.
Yeah,
Okay.
well-
1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1.
And-
All right, we're good.
Good. Whew.
Carry on.
Zinta. I think there's probably somewhere in the middle where it's a little bit easier to get than Derek is saying. Maybe a little we think, but I just don't believe these. I think that they do not want.
Sure. They don't want to be
Everything they can.
blamed for being irresponsible and handling this wrong,
Yeah. Did you see that there was a guy who has Ebola in West Africa, not here yet. All he's got to do is say, no, I haven't encountered anyone with it, and get on a plane. But
Check the box.
Dr. Richard Besser, who used to work at the CDC, ran the CDC, I believe, works for Good Morning America now. He's out there, and he's talking about his producer, and he were doing this assignment piece in Monrovia. When we see a burial team working along the roadway surrounded by crowds of angry locals, a community leader said they'd been trying to get help for a dead man for days, but no ambulance ever came. When the man died, a burial team came in an hour. We watched as the burial team suited up, approached the body lying against a wall, then sprayed it down with bleach and moved it to a black, began to wrap it up. We couldn't get him help when he was alive. They only come when you die. Just then, the dead man moved his arm. Just a little bit, but clearly a sign of life. He's alive, someone yelled. The burial team unwrapped him, put him back on the ground. The man was alive, but looked like he would only last a few more hours. About 10 minutes later, an ambulance pulled up with a separate team of health workers, loaded him in the back, and the crowd was cheering wildly. Crazy. Can you imagine?
Sure, it wasn't just nerve endings and wind. Like with
Maybe.
Stick?
With Stick.
How
No,
dare
Stick
you?
is alive. Stick survived. You saw
With
Stick.
the change in the weather, do you think Stick's still alive?
Yeah.
What does Stick do when the weather changes?
I don't
Crawl
know.
up in a gutter somewhere and act,
Just
act
freeze
along.
and freeze.
Hmm.
Slow his body rate down or his heart rate.
His heart.
His heart. Does Stick have a heart?
I don't know. Get Derek back on the phone.
God damn it! Derek! Get Derek a beer.
A little wee heart.
Stick.
Insects don't have hearts, do
Yes,
they?
they do. Big giant hearts. I don't know. Can someone find out if Stick has a heart, for Christ's sake?
Google machine.
I
Do
was-
insects have hearts?
Well, I was
And buttholes.
I was trying to see whether
While you're at it,
I'm
find the butthole too.
I want to know if he's got a heart and a
I'm first
butthole.
trying to see if Stick
if
hibernates
he's
in
hung.
the winter or not.
We know he has antlers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Antennas.
I saw his antler move. Antler.
I use a 6-point box Stick. You go. James just looks at me and goes, "That was wind and nerves."
It's not a
It
movement.
was not a movement with his antlers, you retard. Oh God. Did you find anything yet, Eric?
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the Stick Wikipedia page, but it's not called Stick, obviously.
Yeah, it is. I named it.
Some name that I don't know.
Well, let us know when you find out.
Okay.
Should we get into the toik,
Yes.
Jay, that 8 million people sent us? Thank you for that.
This might be the toiks of all toiks, right?
Yeah, I mean, toik meaning Teacher of the Year candidate for these princesses that put out for young male students.
We've seen individuals like this all over the country,
Absolutely.
week after week, practically.
It was getting to be that there were so many of them that we stopped doing them because it was just getting to be overkill. There were
It's an
so many
epidemic.
sluts. Yeah, it's epidemic like.
We even talked to remember that Secretary of Education or whatever.
Yeah.
From the Bush years.
Yep.
What was his whole deal? He was like, he didn't really
It's out of
want to hear
control.
about the psychological issue. He just wanted like awareness, like, hey, ladies, don't act like this. This is stupid. This is
Yeah.
stupid behavior.
Well, that ought to do it.
Yeah.
That ought to
We're
fix
like,
it.
well, doesn't it go deeper than, it's just stupid. Why are they doing this?
Yeah, because we were trying to say like, yeah, we never had hot teachers when we were in school, but if we did, and he was like,
Oh, this is a very serious problem.
Harumph. Well, we got a. I almost feel like people are trying to outdo each other. Like, hot teachers banging young male students. Awesome. I love it. I put on the Teacher of the Year candidate list. But now we got a 3-way with 2 teachers at the same school.
Incredible, man.
Unbelievable. Who is this lucky kid?
How old is he?
He was 16 at the time. Amazing. And he'd probably still be doing them if not for the only problem in every one of these stories. No male young.
Impossible.
Impossible not to brag to everybody you know. It's the first thing you do. The minute you started your contractions, be like, Jay, you're not going to believe what I'm doing, dude. I'm banging the teacher. Like, you just would. You know
You're
it.
16.
Yes, you'd be high-fiving everybody. Word would be throughout the entire school within minutes that you nailed your teacher. You couldn't keep that to yourself.
By the way, before you move on, I'm sure that me and Timko both have the answer about insects and hearts.
That's fine,
We're
I
just
don't care.
wondering
I
whether
don't care.
when will Eric pipe up with
I'm
the
not
answer.
gonna fucking look now. So.
You gave up?
Dude, I googled, do insects have hearts?
wasn't looking that. I was trying to find out if Stick. I was trying to find out personally.
Personally.
If Stick has a
Wants to know-
butthole and a
No,
heart?
he asked. The first question was what happened to stick bugs in the winter. I thought so. I was trying to find out if stick bugs hibernate or not.
And?
I don't have comments.
They do have hearts,
Yes!
but their hearts are somewhat different from human hearts.
Not really.
Like all arthropods, insects have an open circulatory system as opposed to our closed circulatory system, confined within vessels. Insect blood, called hemolymph, flows freely through the body. Insects do, however, have a vessel along their dorsal side which moves this hemolymph. Boom.
So Stick has a heart.
They have a bit of a heart.
Does he have a butthole? Can we find
Eric?
out if Stick has a butthole?
I'm not looking to see if a stick bug
Why?
has a butthole.
You'll let a guy blow you for $1,000, but you won't see if Stick has a butthole.
Well, of course he does. You can't just he eats foods or waste has to go
He has
somewhere.
to excrete.
No animal can.
I don't know. I haven't seen proof. No one's looked it up.
Hold on, before you move on with that story, which is a very important story,
Mm-hmm.
let me settle this.
No, don't move, Eric. You stay there.
I'm not.
Do insects fart? Do bees have buttholes?
Come on.
I think a bug just crawled out of my ass.
What are
Bugs
you-
crawling out of my anus. I searched, do insects have buttholes? And I'm getting stories about bugs crawling out of anuses.
Yeah, I know they do.
Do bugs fart? Somebody answers on Yahoo Answers. Yes, they do.
They do.
Blah, 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 blah. Of course, this is just Joe Schmo answering.
You know what's a great segment, by
Dude,
the way? That
they eat, right?
yeah,
So they've got to excrete.
this
Answer. Done.
Maybe. I don't know if that's
Bank
proof,
on it.
All
is really
Bank on it.
this is kind of out of nowhere. But when you read a Yahoo answer, this reminded me. I've never seen Phelan do this, but sometimes he'll do a segment called like Yahoo Answers, and he'll get someone. He'll play the piano, and he'll get like a singer that's going to be on that day or whatever, and he'll ask Yahoo questions. He'll Yahoo Answers, and it's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, it'll be literally someone like, how do I sign up for college? And then they'll answer a real Yahoo answer, and the answer will just be insane, ridiculous, just retarded, of course, but
Yeah.
really fun though.
Yeah, I do like the job he's doing there, but I haven't seen that segment. Let's see. Okay, where were we? The school has got a weird name. Destrehan High School. 2 teachers have been arrested after allegedly having a threesome with a student who was 16 at the time. English teacher Shelley Fresney, who's 33 and hot, was charged with carnal knowledge. Most people will remember the Fuck album by Van Halen for unlawful carnal knowledge. Charged with carnal knowledge of a juvenile and contributing to the delinquency of a juvenile. Fellow English teacher Rachel Respis, 23, but not nearly as hot, faces the same charges. DeFresney is married with 3 children.
The English department at this high school.
It
Holy
rules.
shit.
It rules, making dreams come true.
Wow.
This kid is a rock star. Why don't they name him? He should be on the interview circuit right now. We should be able to talk to him and just go, dude, how did you bag 2 of them at once? Seriously, on the same night. And why did you talk about it? You should have hit that thing for the rest of the semester at least. Brought your buddies in.
What are you gonna do? Like you said, 16-year-old kid's not gonna talk about a.
Yeah, but you've got your teacher over a barrel at that point. Once you stick them once, you got him over a barrel. Now you can bring your boys in and take a ride.
Maybe that's what he did, man. Introducing the threesome.
Well, it sounds like
I wonder now. The younger chick,
Yeah.
went to that high school.
She did.
Before she taught there. So she's
Yeah.
24, as you said. So graduated when she's 18. She goes to a 4-year college. She comes back and teaches for 2 years there.
Yeah.
I wonder if she was banging that chick while she was there.
Yeah.
The 33-year-old. Then. What?
Oh, you mean when she was a student?
Yeah.
Because she was
I wonder if
that
she was hooking up
older
with
girl
her.
was her teacher
Yes.
at one point. Is
Yes.
what your point is.
I wonder if she was hooking up with her back then.
Wow. Could it be that for all these years she's been hooking up with her, and now they decided to go with a threesome, and they picked the hot guy in school?
Can't put it past them.
Let's see. The alleged crime took
This
place.
is all alleged, by the way.
Oh yeah, sure. The student bragged to classmates about having sex with 2 teachers.
Of course.
Can't blame him for that. Which resulted in the sheriff's office investigating this on Friday, September 26th. First crime took place early part of September in this city where they're at Mons. A second incident school game between their high school and Helen Cox. Fitting. Helen Cox football. Friday, September 12th. Both teachers are accused of having sex with the student in Respis's home that night. So which one was Respis?
The young one.
The young one. Okay. So the 3 of them go to Respis's house and bang this dude.
Oh.
I've heard parents, and it seems like of male students too, coming out. This is age. My son is traumatized. Why? Because he didn't get to hit it?
This is truly a victimless crime.
It's the most victimless crime.
God,
I mean,
yes.
kids that age,
It's the definition of a victimless crime.
kid totally wants it.
Yes.
He's no one forcing him to go home with 2 female teachers and they'll bang him all night. Oh,
He's going to grow up, and at 40 years old is going to be like sitting there crying himself to sleep. I can't believe I had sex with 2 teachers in high school.
he's gonna be crying. but
I
he's
just
gonna
can't
be-
get over it.
Well, he'll be crying just thinking about the good old days, though.
Yeah,
Like, he'll be. Just
Those are stories he'll tell for the rest of time.
until he is
And people
dead.
will, yes, it'll probably be on his tombstone. Kid who banged 2 teachers at once in high school.
Yes.
I mean, I would want that on my tombstone.
Dude, they'll say it at his funeral.
Remember when we were in high school and he banged 2 of our teachers? Fucking awesome.
That son of a bitch. Still hate him to this day.
Hey E, find another picture of the young girl. I saw another picture of her on Facebook
It didn't
today.
look as good.
No, she looked a lot better.
Okay, so the young, because
The young girl.
'cause right
Search
now-
the young
yeah,
girl's
yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I thought that the hot one was the young one. But the hot one, in the pictures I've seen
Yeah,
anyways,
granted, you've seen mugshots,
right,
you know?
and she looks good.
Yeah, the one on the left looks way better. But I've seen another picture of her, and she looked 20 times better than that.
Really?
So you might have a different opinion of her once
So-
E, our crack producer, finds this picture.
So are you saying that both girls are hot?
Yeah, I think so.
are. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Although-
The older one's definitely good looking.
Although, do you think the older one might look different below the shoulders?
I don't know, dude. She looks cute. The one on the right looks. I mean, you do her in a 3-way, but in a 3-way, you throw her in, no problem. Of course you would.
It is funny that in every news article, they have them in that form. In the right, like the good-looking one is on the left, or the older one is on the left.
By the way, that husband, he's got 3 kids with this woman.
Dude, I got a feeling if your wife's doing that, this isn't a huge surprise.
Really?
In this picture.
Oh, you found a second one?
Yeah.
So the one where she's at the wedding or something?
No. That,
Oh, okay, you found a school picture, Timko. Yeah, so you're there.
Which one is she, on the left and right?
Yeah, both of them.
I thought I saw one where she's like at a wedding or something. And
Is that her?
Maybe this one.
yeah,
And, like,
possibly
the
the one on the
black
right.
dress or white dress, maybe like this.
No, but you see my point. I mean,
Yeah,
she's
it's
definitely
way better than that.
way.
Why don't usually chicks in mugshots are like mascara running all over their face?
That one on the
sopping.
left looks like she can kind of has a grasp on what's about to go down. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
One
And
on
it's
the right,
hardened.
maybe not so much, but one
Yeah.
on the left, oh boy.
I mean, imagine being a 16-year-old boy and tag teaming that.
My God.
That's the dream right there. You live in the dream, son.
They win. So do we
Life
hand
goes
the
downhill
award?
from there.
Do we hand the award over right now, or do we wait till the end of the year?
I mean,
To the
we can-
banquet? Do we wait
I
to the
think
banquet?
We can wait till the banquet, but everybody knows it's a lot. Who's going to win the Oscar this year? Everybody knows who's winning the Oscar
Well,
this year.
What's interesting is we're going to have to
Here's her-
split that trophy in 2 somehow.
That's okay. We can make 2 of them.
I'm gonna friend
Yeah.
request her on Facebook.
You did?
Yes, I just did.
Which one? The hot one or the?
Oh no, this. Oh shit! Someone else has her name because this lady is not the lady that I was just. But damn it! Now
Withdraw.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to be your friend.
I decline.
You're
my
gross.
first. How could there be another person with that name?
Oh,
No, I think though.
they did.
I think if you think about it, like whether these girls get the hottest award or not, there would have to. If you think about it, if there was 2 awards, this kid would have to get like the student award in this setting. In the
Oh,
sense
we'll
that-
send him his
because-
luckiest student on the
Right,
world award.
yeah, because-
Sure,
because
yeah.
he's- out of the ones we've dealt with, he's
As if he
obviously-
needs more.
Right.
I mean, as if he hasn't been given enough and gifted enough. I mean, we don't need to give him a prize.
Chiseled on his tombstone, as you said, man.
Yes. Wouldn't you want that chiseled on your tombstone?
I would-
No matter what
Pretty
other,
incredible.
no matter what other life accomplishments you achieve, I still think you'd go, nah.
What
I
could be
peaked at
better?
16 when I banged 2 of my English teachers.
Incredible.
What would be better? What would be a
Banging 3 of your English
Right.
teachers.
I mean, I wouldn't care if I fucking got into the MLB and won the World Series.
No, 2 English teachers for a 16-year-old male.
No.
No, you can win a World Series ring. Lots of people have won World Series rings. How many could say they banged English teachers?
At what
That
way?
many.
How many do you think there
In a
really
3-way.
are?
In a 3-way.
God,
Both working at the same school at the same time that you go to.
You think
And they're
less-
both hot.
less than on one hand. It's got to be less than on one hand.
Yeah. I've done some amazing things in my life. Nothing even close compares. I can't touch that story. I can't touch that story.
You think he came?
After 4 or 5 times, I don't know, but
Oh, God damn it. God damn it. What?
Completely changed the narrative on that.
I know.
speaking of which, Hello. Hello, have you missed me? I'm back.
She's back. Don.
Don Sterling and V. Stiviano are back in the news, reunited at his Beverly Hills mansion. And then Don's wife found out and called the cops, trying to get V arrested.
Because last time we talked about them, that was the story. It was the lawsuit, right?
Yes.
Shelley filed the lawsuit because she felt like V tricked him. She answered and counterclaimed.
She duped me. How did she do it?
Woman. Viviano, or Stiviano.
V. Stiviano.
Yeah, Stiviano files a counterclaim and says, answers the lawsuit and says, no, I was just his beard. He's gay.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
That's when we got
So that's kind of where we
forgot
left
about
off.
that.
That's kind of where we left off.
And she was saying, the wife was saying that Shelley was saying that Don was being duped.
Yeah,
and
he's got
taken
dementia. He
his-
doesn't have the
Ferrari
wits
or
to be able to give these things away. And look at her, she's taking $1 million worth of stuff.
$1.8 million worth of stuff. That I think there was $1 million crib, the $200,000 Ferrari, like all kinds of cash, all types of stuff.
So Shelley, that Stiviano is
Yes.
over at Don.
They were
and she
having a
flips out.
tryst. They were having a tryst, so to speak. Yes. She believes Stiviano must have broken into the house, so she calls Beverly Hills Police Department immediately and reported the break-in. Someone's breaking into my house. Police officers responded, spoke to Don and Stiviano, and apparently Don told them, she was an invited guest. Lawrence, will you back my story, please, and grab me some juice and some juice for the officers?
She's no interloper.
Are you out of your mind? She's my invited guest, as are you, Beverly Hills PD. Lawrence, get these boys some juice. The officers, no, there's nothing. This is my tryst woman. She's no interloper. Cops tell us V wasn't scared off and stayed after. Stay here, honey. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Why would he want to even be around her after all the shit that she's caused him? He lost his name.
Did you remember how good and bad she was, according to him? I mean, remember? Like,
Yeah, but he's banging Lawrence.
well,
He's not banging Stiviano.
That's the whole untold story. No, I think he has dementia. I think that's the answer.
Yeah, I think you're probably
Just
right.
taking advantage.
Yeah. This story now is rather interesting. A Ohio woman has sued a Chicago area sperm bank after she became pregnant with sperm donated by a black man instead of a white man that she and her partner had. The woman is seeking damages, wants to ensure that never semen or accidentally done.
She's trying. Okay. She's trying to bar a further accident, right?
Right.
Whether it be
That's
white.
what I
black.
meant. That's what I meant to say. How did I say it? Within days of their wedding, Jennifer and Amanda Jennifer called the sperm bank outside Chicago to reserve sperm from the same donor in the hope that that's when Jennifer learned from a sperm bank employee that she'd been inseminated with sperm from the wrong donor. They had chosen sperm from a man known as number 380, a white donor. The sperm used for a black. How could they make a mistake that was so personal? She said during an interview. Her excitement about the pending birth was replaced with anger, disappointment, and fear. Jeez, is she coming off like a vicious racist here?
yes.
They took a personal choice, a personal decision, and took it on themselves to make that choice for us out of pure negligence. She said they love their 2-year-old daughter, Peyton, very much. Wouldn't change anything about her. But they are concerned about raising her in a predominantly white community where they live. The lawsuit said they had moved to the area for better schools and to be closer to her family. She said, as a lesbian, she felt the sting of prejudice, but doesn't know what it's like to be mistreated because of skin color. She's all worried about how Peyton will be treated in her all-white and often unconsciously insensitive family.
Lawyers speak.
Lawyers speak for her racist family.
Yeah, lawyers are like, look, we gotta manufacture some damages here.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. They're like, but we love her. She's perfect the way she is. We wouldn't change her. Well,
Yeah.
let's tamp that down a little bit.
Not quite perfect.
Things aren't perfect.
You thought she was going to be a long-haired blonde, let's be honest.
So here's what we do, you know,
Yeah.
and then they manufacture this.
And then come up with this. So your family.
Yeah.
They're all white, right? Yeah.
Well, that could be uncomfortable. It
I
could
mean,
be.
And then it's
How
an
do you-
unconscious thing. It's not conscious. They're unconsciously insensitive family,
Yeah.
right? Would you agree with that? We can put that in there. Unconsciously insensitive family. As if they're going to bust in and just go, Tootin! Oh, wait. Peyton's here. Never mind. Never mind. Good God.
So what's the lesson in all this, Mike?
Have a kid if you want.
Yeah, you don't fuck with nature, man.
Yes.
Nature rear its head up and bitch you in the ass.
There's one way to guarantee it. Grab a white guy, have him put his panoose in you and blow a load, and then you can have all the white brats you want. You can raise a white supremacist society all by yourself, little lesbo. Therapists have recommended that they move to a more racially diverse community with good
What?
schools.
How
Yes.
ridiculous!
She's decided to sue to prevent the sperm bank from making the same mistake again. The lawsuit seeks a minimum of $50,000 in damages.
Yeah, that's what she wants. She wants them never to make that mistake again.
Right.
She doesn't want monetary damage.
Through that bullshit.
And it's only above 50,000 to meet the jurisdictional threshold that gets her in the certain court. So it's not as if she's only at 50. She's asking for
Way more than 50.
freaking as much money as she can squeeze out of that place.
Do you think they'll offer up money for that mistake?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I wonder what happened. Is it like 380, 330?
Yeah,
You
it's-
could see it's close enough.
Probably somebody wrote it down, 380, you know, and it looked like somehow looked like a 3, maybe crossed out a 8, and well, it's 330, you know.
Yeah. God, you want to see the kid?
Yeah.
You see her there? There's the two white lesbians who look like twins,
They look like kids. Go back to that.
don't they?
Those aren't the moms.
Yep.
Dude, they look 14.
Yep.
They do look like twins.
Don't they?
Look like twin 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
They're hooking up.
Holy
They're
shit.
just scissoring their asses
Oh,
off.
yeah.
Oh, they're just going at it, scissoring like crazy, just rubbing themselves dry, just getting rashes down there.
I like how
It's just all irritated and
but
shit
they-
because they're just kept awake.
that's gonna be the thing. Like they're growing up as like, wow, we have a black kid. Oh no, like,
Yeah.
But then teaching their black kid.
But right there on the floor in the doctor's office, fainted.
I know,
What do we do?
They're like socially active lesbians, you know? Well, we're not ready to step out in the world with a half
Mixed
African
race
American
baby.
child.
Wow, God forbid. They talk about how they've as lesbians they've grown up in an insensitive environment and gone through some discrimination, but God forbid we have a half black child.
Oh.
That's uncalled for. We're suing. Don't you think that
She's
kid is
cute
gonna...
as a button, by the way.
She's
Look at her.
Adorable.
She's a little peanut.
Yeah, she is. She's got
Yeah.
cute as can be.
Peyton's perfect the way she is.
She sure is. Don't you think though little Peyton's gonna grow up, gonna Google scissoring my mom, and she's gonna see this lawsuit and go, "Wow, you guys are here. Holy, don't you
That's why they were careful to word it like that. Oh, we think she's perfect, but it's like
Yeah,
extended family that, and this societal look at us. We love her.
Yeah, didn't you think about her?
No.
She's we go with number 380. Get a white one. Jeez. If we could have a white version, we would not proceed with a lawsuit.
Nothing personal, Peyton.
Yeah, nothing personal. Well, see, because what they wanted was the same guy,
Hmm. So
so
that you can have sort of a sibling.
Yeah.
Sort of, kinda.
sort of, kind of, in the scissoring way.
Can't
Yeah.
have,
But-
See, you
You get the horns.
can't have two black kids. They could just have two black kids.
Well, that's what I want to know. Are they, if they go through and have another kid, are they going?
380.
I don't know.
'Cause
How
I'll tell you,
important is
Peyton's
it?
a cute as a button little girl over
Yeah.
there. Look at her. She's just a cutie pie.
Mm-hmm. They're going white.
Yeah, they will.
all out white. Not making that mistake again. Like they're gonna write it down like 80 times on the list. 380.
They're going to spell it out.
Yeah. THREEEIGHTY. Yeah. Make sure it's not 330 again. Why don't? What's that?
That should be a new thing. Maybe like a business I can make know they're going to get what they want. I could have sex with lesbians, and you know.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Oh.
You're so worried that people are going to on the attack. Relax, my man. I was just
confidence, dude. Be confident in yourself, E.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah, why don't we take a quick break? We'll come back and we'll stay on point because we'll go to Ferguson and Ferguson, Missouri.
We'll touch on the anus of the insect when we come back.
Oh, do we have an update on that?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it next on the Detroit Cast.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. And Mike and Jay.
Big E has a little bit of Kramer in.
Shit. It's a rough one. Why are we so tired today? I'm hurting.
I know. Me too.
Um,
Just that time of the week, dude.
Yeah. Look,
Look,
Friday.
listen, Mike.
That's right. Listen. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast, by the way, with Mike and Jay and Tim Coe and Eric. We're all here, and it is a Friday. Thank God. Thank God it's Friday. But I want to start with you, Jay, because you still have 3 kids, right?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay. Was potty training difficult or easy or fun or an adventure or humorous? Do you remember?
I do remember it's not fun.
Okay.
But what we discovered by the second one was you got to strip them nude.
Yeah.
You got to strip them nude and shame them.
I remember that story.
Shame
right?
'em.
Yeah, we told this story, didn't we? Or I
Yeah.
told this story.
Did one of them shit on the floor or something?
Poopfoot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what led to Stinkfoot, and you told that story. You know,
Mhm,
I know you told it before that, but yeah, you strip them nude, and so they can actually see and feel what's going on. Because, dude, they'll just shit in their pants, and
They don't
until
care.
they're 18, 19 years old if you let them. I mean, just ask Big E.
What age do they start going, all right, I got this. I got this.
Honestly, I don't even remember.
I mean, is it like 2 or like 12?
Not 12. More like 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Beth, her sister, has a little one
Mm-hmm.
and a littler one. And the older of the 2, which is probably in that 2 to 3 age or whatever.
You have no idea about yay big.
About yay big, yeah. Cutest kid I've ever seen. Outside of Ella. Cutest kid
What about
ever.
Peyton. What about Peyton? She's
no.
cute as a button.
Yeah, but
Lee or Lee or
Eid?
Reed?
You talking about Eid?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that goes without saying. Eid's the cutest kid I've ever seen on the planet, of course. He's got a little bit of me in him. Small amounts, but you know what I mean, just DNA-wise.
Oh, your
It's
sister.
family. Yeah. But, so anyway, little guy in Beth's family, adorable, he's using...
What's his name?
I can't.
You're gonna put me on the spot. I'll put you on the spot, motherfucker.
Fucker.
It's Brandon.
We'll just say person X. And he's got himself one of those little plastic toilets.
How long you been with Beth?
Person X.
How long have you been with Beth?
Long enough.
Where you should know her sister's son's
Oh,
name?
no, I know his name.
Okay.
But I'll
You're not-
tell you
okay,
off the air.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Are you sure you know it? I'm looking at you in the eyes. Are
I
you
know both of their kids'
Okay.
names. Yes. In fact,
No, by all means, yeah. Don't name. I mean,
I'm not going to shame and name the kid. So anyway, they've got this like plastic toilet.
sure.
Right?
I know that plastic toilet well.
So the kid whizzes in there, shits in there, and then they empty it into the toilet and flush it, right? Well, Dad has gone in there, and this is what the kid does. Clothes immediately off, completely off. We're going in buck naked, right? And kid goes in and whizzes in the toilet and sees Dad take it and just lazily dump it in the sink.
Oh,
And then-
dude.
And then throw a little hand soap on there and good to go, right? So he says, I got to go potty. And Mom says, okay, let's go. And he goes, I got this shit. I got it. He doesn't want, going with number 1, Mom can come in. Number 2, hey,
Okay.
I'm on my own, beat it. So he goes in and he comes out and says, she says, okay, well, let's go clean it up. And he says, no, I took care of it. I got it. And she's like, what? She said, yeah, Dad showed me how to do it.
Trying to be a helpful little guy, was he?
Right. So she goes into the bathroom.
Oh,
Fine.
God, you've got film.
In the
I don't wanna
sink.
see it.
Little kid turds are just as gross as full adult turds. That's just
He
Frank and beans, man.
he took his little plastic bowl and emptied it into the sink and then squirted hand soap on it and thought that
Oh
was
yeah,
it.
you can see the blue hand soap.
Oh
Good
my
little guy.
Cleaned it. because he dumped the hand soap on it.
God, it looks like one of those.
Which is, go ahead.
I'm trying to think of the brand of sausage.
Like sausage weenies?
It's just gross.
Jimmy Dean's.
It's not a Jimmy Dean. I'll think of it.
Kosher.
Gross.
Kowalski.
It's not a good look, man. You don't want that in your bathroom sink.
No, you don't.
I give him credit though. You know, he's trying.
He's trying, and the hand soap is adorable. But the disconnect being so young, and the disconnect and it's twofold because it busts the dad out for dumping whiz in the sink.
Awesome.
Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy.
I have a friend whose son, when he was first getting used to going on the big boy potty. So it was the full size toilet. He wasn't going on the little one anymore. He used to straddle it and face the back of it.
Nice.
So imagine sitting on a toilet.
I'm gonna
that way.
try that.
Just hugging that cool tank.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Kid
Why
did
don't we
it
do that?
100% every time for like a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Did someone finally tell him? Hey, why don't you flip that around?
He was just more
See what happens.
comfortable and confident that way. Never gets the poo poo in the potty. Holy shit.
Yeah, I imagine that would get frustrating.
It's just so gross, you know. After
Yeah.
a while, you're like, all right, you're like a big human
You're
being.
a human
This
being.
isn't like it's like all squished down the back of your leg and stuff.
That sounds like mom's job. I got to be honest with you.
It was a lot of the times, but I did plenty of it. Believe me,
Yeah.
Bills, Jay. Paying the bills.
it's making the bills and paying the bills.
Hey, some interesting stuff here in Ferguson, Missouri.
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 Hey, where's your hat,
prosecutors-
man? Oh, it's Tiger Day. All right, that's why.
Team wrestling today.
That's right.
Fuck, I want to take this jersey off too. Fuck this.
Prosecutors in St. Louis County, Missouri, are investigating a Twitter post claiming the grand jury hearing evidence in the Ferguson shooting hasn't heard enough to warrant charging the police officer who shot and killed who?
The unarmed teen.
The unarmed teen, Michael Brown. Yes.
So let me get this straight. Somebody tweeted, somebody connected with a grand juror who's hearing the evidence being presented to them, because
Yep.
the grand jury is the body that hears that and then presents an indictment if needed.
Right.
Somebody connected with a grand juror tweeted out that it looks like there's not enough evidence for an
As they
indictment.
claim.
Yeah.
So they say, which could be total bullshit. They're
Sure.
investigating to look into like if there's some connection there. But I've said from day one, not a chance on earth they fucking prosecute this cop. Sorry, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Put me in the grand jury room. I can tell you right now they're not gonna prosecute him. I bet the show on it many times if it wasn't your show. In one post, someone said they knew a member of the grand jury and there isn't enough at this point to warrant an arrest. There never will be enough to warrant.
So that grand jury
Sorry.
member is going, asshole, I told you that in confidence and you freaking tweeted it? You know?
See, for
That'd
some
be like
reason,
me being on the grand jury and you going, come on, dude, just
Yeah.
let's, all right, man. Look,
listen,
I don't think there's enough.
look.
Look. And then you go,
I know someone on the grand jury.
and he says,
Dude, like, how do you have to be? You'd have to know that if someone told you that, it would be in strict confidence. There's no way a juror on the grand jury for a trial this big, potentially, would in confidence tell a buddy and not go, listen, dude,
right.
look, I mean, I'm about to tell you something in strict confidence.
Right.
You would only tell
You'd
that
be
to
looking
someone.
over your shoulder and shit while you say it.
Yeah.
Look, dude.
Yeah. That's not something you would just tell a casual friend
Mhm.
or at a group setting.
Mhm.
Like you would understand, you would hope that someone would on a grand jury like that would understand the gravity of this and the sensitive nature of this story and go, look, listen, I'm going to be honest. Probably not enough here, but you didn't hear it from me, you didn't hear
Yeah.
it from anybody, and then to go tweet it.
And it could have been somebody connected to the person they told. That person was overheard. Who knows?
Yeah,
But, yeah.
that's true.
You know, you hope someone's not that stupid. But as we know, people are.
People are. I would have thought they'd be in their little cocoon and not have access to the outside world. I just thought that's how those grand juries worked. That on a big, especially on a big case, that you'd, what do they call it, sequester them?
Yeah, they come and go for months, though. You know. Some
Yeah.
of those
That's nuts.
jurors.
How do you feel about animal rights? And I do mean animals' rights.
What type of animal?
Well, cats and dogs specifically. And there's a reason here, but
What type of right?
they're becoming fellow citizens, Jay. In the past century, our pets have evolved from legally worthless beings into the most protected animals in the country. They can inherit money, be the subject of custody battles, and are rescued along with people in natural disasters. Dogs have even been assigned lawyers in a few recent court cases.
What?
God.
Our pets are becoming as much a part of our society as we are, so it's no surprise that Andre Robinson, a young man from Brooklyn, was arrested for kicking a cat. He's facing felony charges for this, by the way. Today, cats and dogs aren't just property. They have more rights and protections than any creature in the country. Until the early 1900s, cats and dogs were considered so useless they didn't even qualify as property. They could be stolen and killed without repercussion. But as pets have become members of our family, more than 90% of Americans consider them so, celebrating their birthdays, risking their lives for them, and shelling out an estimated $60 billion with a B this year on food, toys, and vet care. Their legal status has skyrocketed. They have more rights and protection than any creature in the country. Felony anti-cruelty laws in all 50 states impose up to 10 years in prison. Let's see here. For those who abuse them, the New York and LA police departments have formed units dedicated to cracking down on animal crimes, and several counties have created animal abuser registries akin to sex offender registries. No animal in human history has transcended its status as property, but some scholars believe cats and dogs may be the first. We are entering a brave new world with pets in which they are even more valued and even more protected. Some are calling the charges against Mr. Robinson extreme, but he may be lucky it was only 2014 where he was arrested, not 10 years from now, because it's only
really.
getting worse.
Dude, just last night, a friend of mine called me, and he had an issue about a dog.
Like, what kind of issue?
I don't want to go specifically into it.
Who is this person? Name him, please.
It's just
Counselor?
it's not like, you know, an inheritance situation, but it is a situation that 10 years ago probably wouldn't have arisen, just because the issue really goes to another dog owner's kind of perception of how their dog's interacted and overreaction, and it's so like.
And he's calling a lawyer for this?
Well, he was calling me because there's money at stake, and it's like, dude, are you, you know, it just.
I wish you could give me more facts of this. More details.
It's just so. It's not stupid. Like I don't. It wasn't stupid for him to call me. He had reason to be concerned.
Really?
But it goes to what you're saying. Like people just put so much importance and focus on their pets. And look, man, you've portrayed me as this like awful animal.
Well, you hate dogs. You love cats.
I hate squirrels.
Yeah. Rats with tails, you call them.
They absolutely are. I just don't like other people's stuff really. Like I've had several cats in my life.
Yep.
Never
Babu.
had a dog.
I remember Babu.
Dogs just seem like too much work. That's my thing, man.
They are a lot of work.
I've chosen to simplify my life, and just kind of go with
three life burdens is enough.
3 kids instead of a dog. What do you got?
No, it's just you got something from Steve.
Oh, Poltz. Yeah. I went and saw Steve Poltz last night at the Ark.
How was he?
He was amazing. He was really, really good. Really, really good. I wish I would have known the show was earlier. I would have had him over here. And I tried to get him over here today, but he just got back to me now.
He's the guy who wrote a bunch of Jules tunes?
Yeah.
Back in the day?
Exactly. He's so fucking good on stage, man. Oh, he's just amazing. Amazing. Some of the best shows I've ever seen were Rugburn shows with, where he was
the Rugburns.
Yeah, where he was the lead singer and guitarist. And Steve Poltz shows. He's just amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. We'll get him over here one time for us and have him play.
Cool.
But, yeah, I was trying to make it work for tonight, but obviously it won't work. Anyway, yeah, how do you feel about this? What does that mean, like, for a cat or a dog to inherit money?
Dude, I've heard of that in the context of, like, a parrot, I think, because they live so long, and you have to be concerned. They provide for them in wills and trusts now. Like what?
So that they get fed.
Yeah, somebody cares for them, and they have enough, money set aside to feed them and care for them properly. It's just crazy. Because those things, don't they live like
100 years? Some
yeah.
of them? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's nuts. It's nuts, and it is.
And you've talked about it, dude. Dude, every time pet, you're like, okay, I need to think about this in like a 20-year increment, right?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm gonna have this cat for 20 years possibly.
I could be 60 when this thing dies. It freaks me out. It freaked me out when I was 20. And it was like, oh my God, when Monster dies, I'll be like 40. Holy shit.
What about Stick?
I've thought about that too. I could be a week older when Stick dies.
Stick has an anus, by the way, and a noose.
Really? And a noose?
There are two. One of them lives on an average of one type of parrot lives on an average of 95 years, and it's a
Why would you ever?
Whatever, and then one is 50. There was
Yeah.
two there listed here, and one there are two different brands.
Dude, think about that. If you got a parrot when you were born, you're talking about you're 50 years old when it dies.
He's your buddy.
That's your boy, little buddy.
Teach him to talk and shit.
Yeah.
God, I can't wait for the Pigman case to get going.
I know you would love the pigment case.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, so Stick has an anus and a rectum.
Really?
Indeed.
Rectum.
He says rectum damn near killed him.
Is
Believe
that
that?
Stick right there, or is that just an insect?
This is just an insect. It's a
I want to see Stick's butthole. That's what I want to see. I want a close-up shot of Stick's butthole.
the
Gay
gizzard.
Sticks, by the way.
Do they have what?
Gay Sticks. I'm just curious. Just curious.
Oh my God.
They're in, they're animals, just like us.
They're sure, okay. They have rights.
They have rights. Yeah.
There you go, Mike.
What the hell is that?
God damn it!
Is that an insect ass?
It is.
Jeez, Timko.
It looks like a diseased one.
God.
That is the Asiatic garden beetle.
Butthole.
God, it looks like a slug or something.
Yeah. Not attractive buttholes. I got to be honest. Do we have some email?
You know, this whole Kim Jong-un thing has generated a little bit of email.
Yeah.
And Doug wrote in and says, thanks for making my morning commute fun again. Which
Awesome.
is sweet.
Yes.
But he provided another one of these thinly connected sources from Britain. You know, people are trying to, puzzle this together. Where's little Un? God, I love that little Un.
Yeah.
He's such a character. Kim Jong-un, North Korean dictator, has become so fat while in office that his ankles have fractured under his own weight, this publication is saying.
He just doesn't look fat enough to fold under his own
When's
weight.
the last time we saw him, Mike?
Weeks ago. But still, it's not like he's... We've seen people that are like 800 pounds walking
Yeah,
on
but
their
he has
ankles.
those little crazy zippy boots, those little lift boots.
Yeah,
like the little Yosemite Sam type of boots. Yeah, those little- So picture those little tiny feet with little tiny ankles holding all that weight,
Yeah.
right? He's like a weeble wobble with two little toothpick legs.
He's got really dumb hair.
You got really
Dude.
weird hair.
You know,
His hair
he's 31.
I know.
Think about who else do we know that's 31?
I don't know.
Nobody. Not in this room.
30.5?
30 and a half? You're almost 31.
It's amazing what a 31-year-old can accomplish in life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when your dad was a freaking
Supreme
dictator.
being.
Supreme being.
Yeah.
Supreme being.
He's a supreme being,
Yeah,
dude.
my dad was a supreme being. I could have been there too.
You'd still be you. You just
You
have
know
a
what?
powerful
You know what?
dad.
I have a feeling Un is kind of like E. Yeah.
And they're just propping
You know?
him up with clothes. And,
Dude, he loves Dennis Rodman and shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Un is just E in North Korean form. Think about it, man.
Hey, I'd love to be Kim Jong-un or whatever.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, that's it.
The 31-year-old who
Big
has looked
Jing-un.
increasingly portly since taking power
Portly.
had to undergo a hospital
Portly.
operation after putting too much strain on his ankles during a grueling round of official engagements. He was believed to weigh at least 20 stone.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Stone.
As a result of his fondness for heavy drinking and imported Swiss cheese. We mentioned that, his possible
The cheese.
cheese addiction.
Yeah, addiction to cheese. Come on.
But anyway,
Embarrassed to
it's
say that.
it's the weight and it's the toddling around on these freaking little zippy boot things.
Yeah.
You say 22 stone?
20 stone.
20?
So 300 pounds.
Wow, man.
280.
Yeah.
Is he 280? No way. They say he's 5'9".
He's bullshit.
Maybe with those 6-inch heels on.
There's
he's
nobody in
5'9".
the country who's 5'9".
No.
How tall are you?
5'9".
Yeah, no, there's nobody as tall as you are. 20 stone.
I could
Can
be
you
a
imagine?
basketball star over there.
Seriously. So thanks,
Well-
Doug, for looking out for that story. We are tracking it as well.
Yes. He still hasn't been seen, right?
No.
And we know gout runs in the family.
Right.
And last video we saw of him, he's like dragging a foot.
Yeah.
So something's going on
So
there.
that's
But
where
at
the shit-
31 is way too young to be
Dragging on
dragging
gout.
a... Yes.
Maybe. Well, you know what? seriously, like shellfish exacerbates that. So diet has a huge to do with gout. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
So who knows if he really loves cheese and cheese is, screws around with gout?
Yeah.
It could be something like that. Noel writes in, or is it Noel?
Noel.
Noel. Yeah.
Noel.
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 Yo, guys, big fan. When it comes to this real estate girl murder,
Yes.
right? We talked about her down in Arkansas.
Sounds about right.
Arkansas.
It was Arkansas.
I mean,
Was
it Arkansas?
Girl who got murdered, body found the next day. It was a pretty quick story we did earlier in the week.
Yeah.
We all know there will be some type of change in the way things are done. Could they possibly get a uniformed officer to just sit there for a half hour while the agents meet with the potential buyer? No, they can't. No.
No.
That's the resources that would go into that.
Oh my God.
These people, they show hundreds of houses a month.
Yeah.
That's a whole day.
They're running
hustling
around.
They are. They're hustlers, man. They're all over the place. I mean, they probably showed you 25 houses.
Absolutely, and
You alone.
sometimes 4 in a day.
Yeah.
You're just going from here to here to here to here.
Yeah.
I mean, and any one of them, every one of them's empty. They have to make sure the owners are out or they're foreclosed homes. It would have been easy if you want. Yeah.
Honestly, they should just all start packing heat.
Yeah. That wouldn't be
Forget
bad.
the pepper spray. Pack some heat, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you have to have a sense too. Like,
Yeah.
looking at that guy, you should have. You would just assume that guard would go up a little bit. Like, does this guy really look like he can afford this house? First off, I don't know. Not to blame the victim.
Right.
I don't mean to do that at all.
Noel adds, also, Big E is right. This is the second day in a row that we've had an email really get behind Big E.
Really?
Big E is right. Most girls would not feel comfortable if they are alone, and one guy coming up and helping them out. Remember, this is Big E's story about how he wanted to stop for that girl, but he didn't.
Yeah.
But he wanted to get credit for kind of thinking of it.
No, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want credit for it. Although Louis C.K. has a really good bit about that, by the way, the concept of the thought of taking credit for something. But
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but no, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want the credit for it. All I was saying is I do think nowadays sometimes it can be weird for a girl if a guy comes up. I feel like nowadays there's a lot of news stories out there. And me just at night, even if it's in the day, it's one thing, but at night on the end of an on-ramp, just kind of going, hey, need some help over there?
As Noel points out, that is exactly what Ted Bundy did.
Ted Bundy was a smooth one.
He lured his victim on side the road, shit like that.
Dude.
A smart, dashing man with a smile, and underneath was a cold-blooded psychopath. Big E is Ted Bundy. I could see it, but more like Jeffrey Dahmer. I love you, Big E, Noel says.
I didn't do it, though. The point is I thought it, but I didn't do it.
Look at that handsome, dashing bastard. Come on. So he killed a few girls. Whatever.
It's like a movie star.
Yeah, he's got movie star good looks.
Also, Noel kicked in for Kickstarter. Much appreciated, Noel.
Nice. How much, Noel? How much? So when you stop getting your free's worth?
You want me to tell you how much?
Yeah. I want to know what Noel's doing for us.
He said a measly 20
All
because it's all he could afford right now.
Hey, if everybody
but
listening
he's looking to do more.
Gave 20?
Yeah.
Outside of the...
And I didn't say measly. He said measly.
Yeah.
$20 is not measly. Don't get me wrong.
$20 is not measly. And if the thousands of people that were listening to us right now each kicked in $20, we'd be way further ahead than we are.
By the way, we're in that sweet spot of the 25K. 25K and above up to 3,000 is going to be matched by an all-star donor.
Yeah.
So we really got to take advantage of that. Please consider.
And we've only got 6 days left.
I know.
We're in the home stretch, and we've limped to 25. Like, we got to 20 immediately, and then people are like, oh, they made their goal.
We made that in
them
10 days almost.
It was 10 days.
And that's with 378 backers. That's it. 378 people have gotten us to 25 grand. Where are the rest of you? I don't want to blast the 378 because they're amazing. They've done way more than they should have.
How about look at what 377 of them did? If you take away the sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you did that, though, it's still 22,697.
Yeah.
377 people did that.
It's amazing.
If we, like you said, dude, if we had if the thousands,
gave $5 each,
right?
We'd hit our goal. I want to call Jay's father-in-law. God damn it! And let him know that it's not at the firm anymore.
That would be really interesting, people.
Yeah, seriously. Awesome. We got to hit 40 though. We need another 15 grand.
That
if
would
we're
be
do
really
that.
uncomfortable. Holy shit.
Would it?
Yes.
Well, you say he's not in great health, and I know him as a sweet, sweet Armenian man, And
Every
I so want to call him. I so want to call him and just go, yeah.
Anytime we say Armenian, the hand goes up in the air with the napkin.
Oh, yeah.
From your wedding.
That story will never leave me. Just I remember you telling me.
I would do the same thing. If I married an Armenian girl and it was like some tradition came in, I'd be waving it.
The more I know about Jay, the funny thing is, the more I know about
I'd hold a red cape out and hey, ole, like I don't know where we are, whatever.
But the more I know about Jay now, I feel like the more it makes me think it's funny that he really would just get in the middle and just a napkin. It's not like it wasn't like it was a special thing that they all, oh, this is a ritual garment. Just a napkin. Woo.
It looked celebratory. It looked appropriate. I don't know.
If I get married, I'm gonna.
You gonna do the napkin dance?
I'm gonna do the napkin dance.
Can we please at some point in our show's history recite your speech at God damn it, son's wedding?
It wasn't a speech. It was a prayer. It was the dinner prayer. I did the dinner prayer. Listen to me. I did the dinner prayer, and I was told by the DJ afterwards, who's probably done thousands of weddings, right? He comes up to me and goes, dude, that was the best fucking dinner prayer I've ever heard in my life. That was hilarious.
It was. I was laughing so fucking hard.
Is it recorded somewhere? Would you be able to know it exactly?
I don't know it.
Did you just make it up on the spot?
I had like 3 bullet points.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to remember what the crux of it. I just remember it killed. It was hilarious. It's like, peace, we out of here.
If anybody gets asked to do a dinner prayer, give me a call. Shoot me an email. I'll help you out.
If we get to 40 grand, can you recite the dinner prayer?
Sure.
All right.
On to another email. Dave writes in, and this goes to yesterday's episode where we were talking about gay marriage in the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, I said, wasn't Roseanne the first show that had like a openly gay character? And then we resolved, well, maybe it was a kiss. No, it wasn't the kiss. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway.
It was. Sandra Bernhardt played the sister.
Yeah, but didn't you say there was a prior lesbian kiss or something on some
on another show? Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. But it was one of the first ones. Yeah.
Well, Dave points out, and this is interesting, the first gay person, a regular, I had seen on TV was Billy Crystal in the show Soap, which started in 1977. And we had actually a couple other emailers who said the same thing.
I never watched it.
And he said, that's your gay trivia for the day. And then he emailed right after that and said, oh, forgot to say, this is your homo listener, Dave.
I've met him before.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
So he's a good dude.
He's a very good dude. He's one of those that just doesn't take things very serious. He's just like, whatever, dude.
Calls himself a homo. Hey, Dave, get some of your homo friends to start listening to us.
Yeah. He's very funny. I wonder if he'd pony up $1,000. Dave, what do you think?
Big E?
Dave, what do you think?
Oh,
Dave,
shut up! It's off the Kickstarter. Shut up!
It's off the KS page, but taking one for the team
going
reward
into perpetuity. That'll always stand. It's always on the table.
Yeah,
it's an open offer by Big E.
Yeah, even after 6 days, it lives on. Yeah. And I'm thinking, if we get things rolling here, Jay and I would be glad to go halves with Dave. Just to help him get there.
Well, at least I'd still get oral sex, I guess.
Hey, he's still a guy, homo or not. He's still a guy.
I just close my eyes and think of a girl.
Dude,
good luck with that.
I don't have this available. Is Facebook confusing to anyone else? Like in terms of
yes,
no.
I think it's confusing to me because I hadn't been on it for years, obviously, and so boom, I'm on it all of a sudden, and then I have all these pages like Detroit Cast. Yeah. The Drew and Mike fans, all this stuff, and I'm toggling between all this shit, and I cannot for the life of me remember where I saw something.
Oh,
which one?
That happens to me all the time.
Like, was that a post to me individually? Was that just a post? And I'm constantly.
That does get a little tricky. That does get a little tricky. I guess
it's not like like user confusing, but it's confusing where the fuck shit is.
Most people don't have 4 pages that they're keeping
they just have their regular news feed or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, well, somebody posted, and I tried to look for it, and I couldn't find it. It was a woman, and I apologize, I don't have your name, but she posted an awesome picture of, like, her as a kid with, like, her little sister wearing a Jive Turkey shirt. And I know some of the listeners saw that, but I'll try to pull that, and we'll mention it.
No, it's really, Jay, the thing about Facebook that's really weird at times is, like, you'll have your wall and your timeline, and it's like somebody will post up that 5 minutes ago, and then you're like, crap.
And it's gone,
and
right,
you
dude?
go to look at it, and then it's like all of a sudden some things are up from 20 hours ago, and this thing that really was just that's a little weird. Like I don't know how they do that exactly. It's
all a bunch of mathematical equations
if
behind the
something-
scenes, like
That's
pushing
weird.
shit in front of you that they think
You
Yeah.
can't see.
like
absolutely.
you're conversing with this person, and therefore that becomes primary, and it's like, and that's why, by the way, people should be sharing our show if possible.
Yeah.
Please share our show, because
Helps.
it's when we post it, it obviously doesn't go to all 4,500 people who like their page. It goes to
Right.
just a fraction of that. And so when you share, it obviously
Goes to more and more and more.
hits a huge audience, and start to react to that, and
Yeah.
this and that. So
Yep. And if you can, please hit the Kickstarter. I know we keep talking about it, but we've literally got 6 days left to beg for whatever we can get out of this. And
then we'll stop.
And
I
then
promise.
we'll shut up about it. It's a one-time thing. That's it. It's a one-time thing to help us get some much-needed promotion. I mean, it's going to be critical. There's a process that we're trying to get to. The bigger the ad budget, the bigger the ad display we can put out there, the footprint we can put out there, the more people will check us out. The more people that check us out, the more people like us and join this party. And then the more we can charge advertisers who come into this group. And then
Then
that's
the
what
more
we're gonna
time
take.
we can spend on the show.
Yeah. So
which is the key, really.
that's
the show
the
just-
only thing.
Right.
We'd love for this to become a full-time gig, and the show would get 10 times better if that were
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah.
We're all treading water trying to do 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Or
You don't even
some-
have a cable anymore.
I don't have cable, dude.
You don't have cable anymore.
That's how dire my personal finances are.
Yeah. You went from a partner at a law firm to here.
I'm
and you
rolling the
don't have-
dice, Mike.
I know. So am I. My parents, if it wasn't for my parents, I would have lost this house a year ago. Like, seriously, I dumped my life savings into what this thing is. He lives in his parents' basement still.
And I will say, I know I don't work a job right now, but I've gotten to the point where I'm filling out applications for fast food. Like, I always said I would never do fast food. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I'm
I
going to be
know.
working weekends here pretty soon.
Yeah.
So I'm not poor as me, but just what
And
you said.
nobody's bitching. Nobody in here is
Right.
bitching. We all get what they, but it's serious. It is. If we're going to keep
But
this
that-
going,
It's
we're,
not like we're kind of begging, just like we're
Exactly.
We're not
That's what's behind all this. It isn't just us going, yeah, that'd be sweet to get to 40, and then we could all give each other $3,000 and go have fun. Dude,
no.
I mean, we're desperately trying to grow this thing for
Yeah.
a reason,
Yeah.
so that it can keep going, and it can go in a better way, and it can have a good foundation.
Yeah, it just takes money. I mean, we're doing everything we can with nothing, and we're desperate to keep it going. And we know there's another level for this show. There's a couple more levels, but we got to get there. And 380 people, 378 people have literally alone, single-handedly gotten us to keep this thing going. We didn't have a choice. We were gonna shut this thing down in 10 shows. That wasn't a joke. Like, we would not have had a choice. But you guys have saved us from that, so hopefully we can keep it going, and we'll shut up about it soon. I know.
Okay. Good tip.
Good tip. I hate even talking about it because it sounds desperate, and I don't mean to sound like that, but I just want to stress the importance of what we're doing. We're a year into this thing now.
If this
and-
works out, man, if we can, the more we can build now, the more. But what I'm trying to get is the more we can build now, then we don't have to. This can be free for everybody for hopefully ever.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yep. We're
I
trying to.
don't like my job, and I don't think I'm going to go anymore.
Mhm.
You looking for another job?
We don't want to. I don't want E to have to get a job, and I want Jay to quit his fucking job yesterday. Do you know?
So we just went ahead and fixed the glitch.
I don't think people understand how good this show could be if we got like full hands on deck, like dedicating. I mean, it takes to do this type of job right, to do this show like this. People don't understand. That's a 24-hour-a-day gig. Like the Drew and Mike show, we didn't stop. We burned the candle at both ends and worked our fucking asses off every day doing that. And we're dedicating every ounce of energy we can to this show, and it's half of what it needs to be. If we were double to that, if we were
Yeah, if you
double
like
the
it
production
now,
in here,
right.
we could cry. Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's why I'm hanging in like I am, because I see the potential with this thing.
Right.
I really do. With very little effort, and doing stuff. We're doing everything we can, but it's tough. It's tough. So if you have a few bucks, throw it at us. It means more in the end than you know. So with that, I'll shut the fuck up. Do we have any more emails, Jay, or should we get out of here?
We gotta go.
Yeah, it's a Friday. Let's get the weekend on. Good luck to the good luck to the Tigers. Blew
They're
it in
done.
game 1. Ugh! They are done. It's a 5-game
Shut up, Jay.
series.
Shut up, Jay.
Season rides on Verlander.
Yeah, Verlander, then we got Price.
Today.
On who?
It rides
Show it
on
to you.
this. It rides on that.
Oh,
Well, something's riding on that anyway.
Something's not riding on that.
All right. Well, with that, we'll call it a day. Have a good weekend, everybody. Can't thank you enough for the support, especially the 378 people that have really helped us get to where we are. Thank you guys so much. It means the world. It really does. And everybody that's listening, thank you for doing that. And we'll see you first thing Monday with an all-new edition of the Detroit Cast.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch you grow. You know not what remains that love. On the